COVID-19 has become one of the outbreaks that harm many sectors throughout Indonesia. The economy and education sector, which are quite important for me as a student myself. Many people get suffer from the pandemic effect from the economy sector. On the other hand, this virus has taught us to live better. We take time seriously to clean ourselves and anything around us. Consuming healthy food, having exercise, and living stress are becoming our habit now. Therefore, we should take this virus properly, focusing on the positive effect while still doing the preventive action like washing hands more often and in a proper way, having distance with others, and wearing masks. We can raise up of tourism and economic sector through contribution to tourism starting from around us by helping to raise awareness of the importance of tourism to help the Indonesia economy.
It is not a secret that COVID pandemic has been creating the largest disruption of education and economy. But this year, in 2022, we are slowly recovering from those effects. We've been struggling for like 3 years to fight COVID pandemic. It is our time to recover from those bad effects. In my opinion, national tourism will become more healthier than before. Why is that? Because COVID-19 pandemic teaches us how to be hygiene and healthy all the time. It is going to attract more people to the destination that has the best healthy and hygiene protocol. Not only that, COVID-19 pandemic also makes buying online ticket easier for us. We don't have to wait forever just to get a destination ticket. We can buy one from online. For national economy, the government can take actions based on what happened in society. They must be able to increase the purchasing of the people so that the economy continues to run.
So, what lesson can we take from the COVID-19 pandemic is a very important lesson during the pandemic is to cultivate a sense of social spirit. The human social spirit grew along with the pandemic because the effects of the pandemic made many people difficult in the economic and health fields. In addition, people are paying more attention to their respective health because the disease is easily contagious. So people will be more careful with the people around them, and they also learn to live a healthy life by paying attention to food and additional vitamins.
The lesson that can be taken is that manager can provide innovation related to the management and implementation of cleanliness, healthy, safety, and environmental sustainability. Besides that, managers are more creative in utilizing technology, which is expected to be used as much as possible, one of which is virtual tourism. In addition, there are various restaurants that provide the concept of outdoor dining so that tourists still adhere to health protocol and keep their distance but still get comfort in service.
In my opinion, effort to restore tourism and the creative economy need to be supported by various parties so that they can run well, one of which is politics and security. Various efforts can be made to save Indonesian tourism. First, with a change in sales strategy, all hotels, airlines, and travel agents immediately cut price in an effort to attract customers. The business proved successful by changing the sales strategy by making several innovations. And then we got maximizing digital marketing. The presence of companies engaged in the digital tourism sector is crucial. New opportunities are wide open when all activities take place online like now. Maximizing digital marketing is the best solution of to maintain the company image in the world of domestic tourism.
Hi, I'm Violeta Laura Rizkia. I'm from Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jawa Timur. My NPM is 210-450-100 and 61. How are you guys? I hope you're doing well. So I'm here to explain my opinion about what have I learned from the COVID-19 pandemic that will shape the future. of national tourism sector and economic recovery. Public awareness is very important. It is not accurate to say that we were not warned about the potential for a pandemic of this nature. And then the future is expensive. Mass tourism created experiences that were affordable and accessible but less personal. With smaller travel comes higher prices. As a result, consumers may well need to be comfortable in traveling less while investing in more top quality and more personal experiences. That's supposed to be the end of my opinion. I hope it will help you guys to understand what we learned after this pandemic, which causes changes in tourism sector and economic sector. Thank you very much.
In my opinion, the coronavirus pandemic has made tourism actors more creative and innovative. They made various efforts to revive the tourism sector and restore the economy. One of his efforts is seen in the poorly made in Indonesia national movement. This program aims to promote local product made in Indonesia. The program is supported by the involvement of the community, government, and e-commerce in restoring the economic situation through the development of micro, small, and medium enterprises in tourist areas. This digital skills training for micro, small, and medium enterprises is a form of marketing mitigation during the pandemic, business scale-up process, and increasing turnover through digital assets.
Hello, my name is Arthur Jananda. Lesson we can take from the COVID-19 pandemic, especially for the economic and tourism sector. For the economic sector, we can learn about e-money or e-payment. We can use that to buy something. And then from the tourism sector, we can make a new attraction. For the example, we can virtual tourism, and then we can make education tourism about COVID-19.
I will explain my opinion about what lesson from the coronavirus pandemic that will shape the future of national tourism and economic recovery. The tourism sector have gone down very significantly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many of the lessons that emerged from the pandemic can be applied to strategies to the future of national tourism. There are three main pillars for the recovery of tourism and creative economy, namely innovation, adaptation, and collaboration. As a great nation, we need to collaborate with others. We should not to enjoy too much on competition. We should not forget innovation by utilizing the digital technology and adapt amid the pandemic by putting forward the health protocol strictly and in well-controlled manner. The COVID-19 pandemic impacts has pushed the tourism industry and creative economy to be always optimistic, reviving in facing the challenges, opening the opportunities, making accelerate inflation and transformation by continuing to adapt post-COVID-19 pandemic in the future.
Hello everyone. So the things that we can be learning from the existence of COVID-19 for the tourism industry, one of which is cleanliness, which with COVID-19 makes a business owner prioritizing cleanliness as a form of supporting healthy in a tourism spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sukma Anindya. I will say my opinion about what lessons from the coronavirus pandemic for tourism and economic recovery. In my opinion, one is tourism manager can take advantage of technological innovation, like make a virtual tourism. And the second is adaptation to digital payments when transacting in tourist areas. This action can minimize direct contact for tourists with each other. And the last is the travel bubble. Travel bubble is a scam to open tourism gates between countries during a pandemic. Thank you.
In my opinion, the lesson that can be drawn for the COVID-19 pandemic is that we as tourism actor will be better prepared and more careful in dealing with an event that will threaten a business. especially in the tourism industry, which is heavily affected by this pandemic, with the readiness of tourism actors in facing challenge for the future. Whether threatening or detrimental, they can minimize the impact of loss or distraction for the impacts. As for the economic recovery itself, with the existence of this pandemic, in the future the government must begin to provide other alternatives such as improving the quality of its human resource so that can combat and increase the community's ability to face challenge in the future. With the increase in the quality of human resource, it will certainly reduce unemployment and increase the provision of broad employment opportunities. The government can also cooperate with other countries to improve or restore the national economy by utilizing its human resource, natural resource, and Indonesia's potential.
Hello, my name is Erlangga Putra Saharsa. We all know that the COVID-19 pandemic has existed since early 2020, and the impact that I have personally felt from this COVID-19 pandemic is on the economic and education sector. As you can see in the economic data beside me, the Indonesian economy has downturned in 2020, and I believe all the countries have experienced the same impact like Indonesia. Next, the impact is quite heavy, especially on the education sector, where all the students must having their distance learning as a solution during the pandemic. And one of the sector affected is also the tourism sector. And for my advice, tourism and the economy can rise up if we are all synergized with each other by empowering the surrounding community who has lost their main jobs due to the effect of pandemic, starting with small things first in order to help them. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Nabila Zahra Novianti. I'm from tourism department, and this time I'm gonna explain my opinion about the pandemic that affected in tourism in Indonesia. Indonesia has been hit by the COVID-19 pandemic for more than 2 years. Many aspects have been affected by this COVID-19. One of them is tourism. Tourism is one aspect that has been severely impacted by this pandemic because we are prohibited from leaving the house, crowding, and traveling. Many tourist attractions are closed because there are no visitors, but now it is running as normal again by implementing health protocols at tourist attractions and having vaccines so they can enter tourist attraction. The lesson that can be taken from the pandemic is how to survive in various circumstances and continue to develop tourism in Indonesia. So that's it, my opinion. Thank you.
To answer questions what lesson from the coronavirus pandemic that will shape the future of national tourism and economic recovery, my opinion is the decline in foreign tourists has a direct impact on hotels in Indonesia, so that it also has an impact on the economy. In January to February, it was still at 49.70% and 49.22%. However, in March it became 32.24% and it got worse when entering the month of April, which was 12.67%. The main key for tourism and economic actors to survive and have good adaptability, innovation, and collaboration, because nowadays community actors are starting to change, and this is accompanied by shift in tourism trends.
Opinion on what lesson from the coronavirus pandemic will shape the future of national tourism and economic recovery is improving the quality of tourist attraction from clean lines tourist attraction, supporting facilities to service quality, and the importance of technology in the tourism sector in the future.
In my opinion, tourism sector will definitely affected by the coronavirus. The existence of large-scale social restrictions caused a decrease in the tourism sector by 20.7 billion rupiah. To recover this situation, many tourism actors must think of any idea and be able to take advantage of technology by creating a virtual tour to survive this situation. With virtual tour, tourists can also enjoy the beauty of tourist attractions even though they cannot visit directly. Virtual tour can also restore the economy in the tourism sector because each tourist attractions will be charged a price of 300,000 to 500,000 rupiah. However, sometimes there are virtual tours that are free of charge.
The COVID-19 pandemic has hit the tourism industry and the creative economy in Indonesia. Looking since February 2020, the number of foreign tourists entering Indonesia has decreased and drastically, and the peak occurred in April 2020 with only 158,000 tourist efforts made to overcome COVID in the tourist sector and CHSE. CHSE are cleanliness, healthy, safety, and environment sustainability. The CHSE protocol is one of the efforts of Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy to create Indonesian tourism that is ready and in accordance with these four aspects.
In my opinion, with the COVID-19 pandemic, the tourism sector can take lessons to immediately implement sustainable tourism. Guzlin said there are some real guidelines for tourism industry players and tourists to follow. Examples such as making destination closer to travelers, make the stay longer, and maintain local profits by buying services and goods from local residents. With the implementation of sustainable tourism, we can anticipate things that we can predict, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, so that the tourism sector can live and the economy can continue to run.
Hi, my name is Indira Arida. Now, I would like to tell you about the impact of the pandemic COVID-19, especially in the tourist sector. The COVID-19 pandemic has hit the tourism sector and economic creative in Indonesia. Since February 2020, the number of foreign tourists entering Indonesia has decreased very drastically. The existence of large-scale social restriction and the closure of access in and out of Indonesia caused a decrease in state revenue in the tourism sector by 20 billion. Steps to save Indonesian tourism. Various efforts have been made to save Indonesian tourism. There are 3 rescue plays carried out by the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy or Tourism and Creative Economy. I can see namely Kemenkraf or Parekraf. For the first step, emergency response. For the second step is recovery, and for the last step is normalization. Thank you for your attention.
My opinion with the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, it has an impact on various sectors, especially the tourism and economic sector. According to the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, there has been a decline in tourist visits, both domestic and foreign. Even foreign tourist arrival in 2020 were only 4,052, which means only 25% of the total visit. In 2019, due to the restriction on access in and out of Indonesia, the impact was also felt by the community because many employees were laid off, so that their economy also declined. The government cannot stay silent, therefore the Ministry of the Tourism and Creative Economy makes new innovations such as limiting the number of tourists in each tourist attraction, implementing the CHSE protocol,
optimizing MICE activities, and making virtual tours, namely tours that can be done at home via Zoom or other virtual application.
Hello, my name is Safira Kartika Ramadhani. In my opinion, the COVID-19 pandemic that entered Indonesia had major impact on the tourism sector. The existence of large-scale social restriction caused a decrease in state income by Rp 20.7 billion. The COVID-19 pandemic also has a direct impact on various jobs in the tourism sector. Many workers lost their jobs. Some of the effort that can be made to develop tourism in Indonesia after the COVID-19 pandemic are implementing the CHSE, cleanliness, health, safety, and environment system in every hotel, tourist spot, even in MICE, meeting, incentive, convention, and exhibition activities. Thank you.
Hello, I am Muhammad Johari. In my opinion, since February 2020, the number of foreign tourists entering Indonesia has decreased drastically. There are three ways that can be done to save Indonesian tourism, namely the emergency response. This is phase which focus on health. The second is the recovery phase, namely the gradual opening of tourist attraction in Indonesia. And finally, the normalization phase. This is the preparation of destination with the CHSE protocol, encouraging market interest to discounting tour package and MICE. Thank you.
COVID-19 has become an endemic that harness many sectors in the world, including Indonesia. Starting from the economic sector, many people who suffer in economic sector start from stopping work, and finally they are forced to ask saving to survive because at that time there was also lockdown. Then the sector that is affected is tourism, which our country is favorite destination for foreign tourists, which in the world they can no longer travel to Indonesia because of the increasing cases of COVID-19, which has resulted in tourism from abroad being unable to visit. We can start to revive the economy and tourism sector through the contribution of tourism that is around us be helping in increasing awareness of the importance of tourism to help the economy in Indonesia.
Hi everyone, so what can we learn from the COVID-19 pandemic is there must be an equal distribution of digital era throughout Indonesia. Life is a lesson we learn and continue to learn every day. So I can say that COVID-19 pandemic was very hard for us. If people didn't learn about the technology, they will find another hard times in the future. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Maria Katarina dan Afriani. The impact of COVID-19 itself also have good impact in my opinion, because we can better prepare for things we don't want and we can immediately deal with it. Well, for the tourism sector itself, the impact of COVID-19 creates many new innovation for travel and tourism, creating many business opportunities ranging for UMKM that can be sold to tourists. Thank you.
In my opinion, the coronavirus pandemic will have an impact on the tourism sector. One of the perceived impact is a decrease in the number of foreign tourist arrivals. In 2021, foreign tourist visits will only be around 1.65 million people, whereas in the previous year it reached 4.05 million people. Based on this data, foreign tourist arrivals have decreased by 62%. The main case for tourism actors are adaptation, innovation, and collaboration. Effort for economic recovery can be done by creating virtual tour innovation through Zoom meetings. In addition, tourism actors must apply health protocols and be CHSE certified. With this, tourists will feel comfortable and safe.
The Indonesian Ministry of Tourism said that the decline in foreign tourists has a direct impact on the occupancy of hotels in Indonesia. In January till February, occupancy was still at 49.22%. However, in March it became 32.24% and worse in April, which was 12.67%. With this data, it can be seen that there is a decline in the hotel sector. In my opinion, the implementation of the GHSE, Clean Lines, Healthy, Safety and Environmental Sustainability Protocol in tourist attractions and hotel will increase tourist visit and support the optimization of MICE, meeting, incentive, convention, and exhibition activities in Indonesia. Increasing the development of science and technology in the field of tourism will also be very useful for tourism activities in the future. For example, by creating a virtual travel fair, we can also offer tour package for staycation or work from home. And for the culinary field, we can use an online ordering system and apply a takeaway system to restaurant. That's all I can say. I hope that tourism in Indonesia can return to normal. Thank you.
I'm Fadia Sasabila and my student number is 2104-501-0004. In my opinion, lessons from COVID-19 that will shape the tourism recovery are since COVID-19 exists, the use of technology is getting popular, especially in tourism places. A lot of tourism places using technology for the payment or even they help a virtual tourism. Other than that, from the pandemic, we're more aware that hygiene is #1 priority when we go outside. It is really important to always sanitize all the places, especially something that touched by a lot of people. Thank you.
And what lessons from the coronavirus pandemic that will shape the future of national tourism and economic recovery. Traveler behavior will be influenced by the evolution of the crisis, as well as longer-term consumer trends that are reshaping in the way people travel. This may include the emergence of new niches and market segments, and a greater focus on safety protocols and a contactless tourism experience.
Hello, in my opinion, the lesson that can be drawn from the COVID-19 pandemic make us realize that technology continues to advance and develop. Through this technology, we can improve the future of tourism by utilizing our national potential through the use of the technology as a means to introduce or promote national tourism potential. Thank you.